All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Ray's Franchise. Thank you so much. Obviously, we're super small and just starting out, but just appreciate the people that are tuning in every episode so far. Hey, if just one person's finding enjoyment and along for the ride, it's enough for me. So, because hey, I'm going to be playing this game anyways. You know what I mean? So, so a couple things to go over before we go. We're here in July 7th right now in the save, and probably going to get up to the trade deadline, maybe through it. We'll kind of see how it's going. But first, just a couple things to show off first. We got Manny Ortega here. He was my international free agent signee this year. Nothing insane. Honestly, it wasn't a tremendous class. I think there was a couple, not really even like worth showing off a whole lot. And also too, full disclosure, I kind of messed up, forgot to set budgets and things like that. So I didn't even have the full like 5 million to work with to start off with. So I actually threw this guy an offer underneath even what he was asking for. It was pretty much the max of what the owner was letting me do. But he took it. So I'm happy with it. And so anyway, so I just kind of what really stood out to me was the really good defense. Obviously not in the like 70 to 75 range that obviously people love for a shortstop, but he definitely, I mean, with 65 errors, 65 arm, 60 turn double play, I mean, he could definitely make it work out there. And then let alone, have defensive flexibility all across the diamond. Even, I mean, he's just a low outfield error, but with 65 range, 65 arm, I mean, like, and at 6 feet, he could definitely probably play the corners, at least filling in, not necessarily, full-time starter, but he definitely could. So probably going to train him up in all of those in the different corner outfield spots. Again, 16 years old, and the offense is okay. 60 contact love, void K is super high. So obviously, if he reaches his full potential here, just a solid piece. I obviously don't see like an absolute stud superstar here, but definitely an awesome rotational guy that can come in, play multiple positions, and get on base. So you love to see that. Let me actually real quick to show. I'm not sure how many people do this, but just in case, again, I am not an expert at the game by no means. But what I'll do here is I made a short list here. This is how I do personally, how I do training positions, players. I have a position training short list. So I'll add him to that. Then you go here to strategy, come down to 4-star, use a position, and I'll throw him in left field for now. I mean, he's so young. Honestly, I probably should just keep him at working at just his main positions here. But I'm going to throw it on there. And the reason I like to make a short list of those players is because sometimes, as you can see here, his potential goes down. So sometimes if you put him at a position and their overall / potential goes way down, sometimes like I'm always scared that I'm going to lose them, in the mix of all of the other kind of lower minor league players. So I like to do that just so I can kind of keep a list of, cause they're not always to my like top prospects that I put training positionally. So just so I have a running list of people that I have training at other places. Cause that way also I know to, in a few months or so, go back through, have them play at switch the position again so they can get more experience somewhere else. But I mean, he's 16 years old. He's starting out in the international complex, so it'll be a while before he's up, so I'll have more than enough time to train all these other ones. I just figured I would do it now, or else knowing myself, definitely would forget. So I think that's it for Manny Ortega. I'm happy with it. Let's go over the other thing I wanted to go well, you know what, first let's go through and let's just kind of look at the state of the team right now. Where do I want to go? Let's go to standings. So we're currently at 48-34. We've been really battling with the Yankees for the top spot. Right now we're down 2 games. At the start of this month, I believe we were in first place. Obviously, you saw our last episode. We got some pretty great battles with them, but they are winning their games against everybody else, even though they're struggling with us. And not too much competition for the rest. I mean, obviously, I guess the Blue Jays aren't too far behind, but it's mostly been us and the Yankees. We can look at the expanded standings. We got plus 27 run differential, and our Pythagorean has us as semi-lucky here, as we're winning a lot of extra inning games and 1-run games, so they're going our way. So yeah, so there's the state. There's the rest of the standings, so you guys can see if there's any surprises. The Padres not looking very good. that's kind of, I guess they aren't actually necessarily killing it in real life either. Defending champs, the Braves, below 500 right now. And the Phillies doing a lot better than they are in real life right now. So, all right, let's just kind of look at our team right now, sort of by WRC plus. So we're getting close now that we're in July to possibly make some decisions on, who we want to move. If we want to make a push to, kind of do a Nelson Cruz-esque trade, like last year, like the Rays did in real life. So, because, real quick, let's go over to info and show. So, obviously, our offense is we're not awful, but we're kind of middle of the road a lot with a lot of the categories here. Our pitching is what's really keeping us in it. First earned run, first in starters ERA, third in bullpen ERA, first in hits allowed, first in opponent's average, first in BABIP. So, I guess we're getting a little bit lucky there, but also, I think we have great defense as well. So, yeah, first in defensive efficiency, fourth in zone rating. So, looking good there as far as pitching. So, I'm not necessarily too concerned about necessarily bringing in pitching help because, like I said in the last episode, most of our best transactions that can happen is just getting some people back from injury, because we don't even have Boz. Obviously, Glasnow is back. I think the only person that's come back since you last saw was Pete Fairbanks came off the IL, so he's bolstering our bullpen just a little bit. So offense is my main concern here. We're 10th in batting average, which is obviously not great. 14th in strikeouts. Middle, 9th in hits. As far as just runs scored, we're 8th. So we could definitely use some more offense. So let's go and look here. A big disappointment right now for me is actually Harold Ramirez. Obviously, just looking at standings from 5,000 feet up, doesn't look like he should be necessarily doing a lot. But he's on track right now for negative, over -1 WAR. So not necessarily what we're looking for. He was our DH pretty much almost every day, and. It's a little disappointing because he's definitely not doing what he's doing in real life, and also some other saves too. He's performed pretty well. For somebody who's 40 overall, on the scale from 20 to 80 here, he's definitely done better before. So obviously 0 pop. He doesn't have a single home run this year, and just the average on base, 277, OPS plus of 69. Just not what we're looking for. So he lost the starting DH spot against right-handers to Isaac Paredes, who has been a very nice surprise, honestly, because his ratings didn't necessarily seem like he's quite there. He definitely had the chance to be a pretty solid player for us, but him sliding in at DH is something I'm totally fine with, because he's hitting 326, 361, 630. On pace for above 2 WAR for somebody who's mostly been DHing and just did a little bit of second base. Honestly, I don't think he's really even. I would say third base / first base is his more natural home, and he really hasn't even played there a whole lot. So he's been on a roll, 8 home runs so far, in just kind of the short time that we've had him up. So I'm totally okay with that. So that's where it comes in, where I think our main need is probably an outfielder, because Kiermaier has been really struggling. He's on his, not necessarily contract year, because he does have a team option, which we're most likely not taking. And I haven't really shopped him around a lot yet, but I probably will. I just don't know how much of his, how much value he has out there. I've been able to get some pretty solid trades for him in past and previous saves, which I probably should start, stop breaking the fourth wall, stop bringing that up all the time. But yeah, so we'll have to see. Obviously, Vidal Brujan struggling a little bit here, 69 WRC plus. But again, he's just kind of our backup, kind of utility man. So not super concerned about that. Definitely hoping he can bring it up, later. Zunino looks like he's gotten a little better since we saw it last. He's getting up there, bringing up his numbers a little bit, but his defense is kind of what we're really liking right now. So, he's got 11 home runs for us too. So not too bad. Randy, let's look actually. Let's just look at his splits real quick. And I want to say I looked at this earlier. Yeah, I mean, so he had a pretty solid May, hitting 286. June really struggled, 209. And then now he's kind of kept that going in July. I mean, obviously, very small sample size in July so far, but kind of the same trend. So I was looking, he kind of started off weak, got hot, and now it's kind of gone back to being cold again. So again, not awful. Brett Phillips even has a better WRC plus than Randy, which is not optimal. Sorry, my phone went off there. Let me stop that from happening. But again, defense for Brett, where, he's been playing great as far as defensively. And then again, OPS plus with that defense only being 9% below league average, I'm not too terribly concerned about. It's just that with him and Randy out there, both not giving a whole lot of offense, that just kind of stinks from from the outfielder team. Obviously, Manny Margot, though, still playing well. It cooled off. I said that before. I thought it was definitely going to come down, and he has. But still, I mean, I cannot complain about these numbers. So he's pretty much our one main fixture out there. I mean, Randy, obviously, he's a star, and I really want to believe in him. I'm going to keep him out there starting. But still, would it hurt to bring somebody in to either replace Harold Ramirez, Kevin Kiermaier, to get some reps out there in the outfield that can, give us a little bit more offense than what we're really getting? That's kind of what I'm mainly looking for. But let's keep it going. Just some of all the doom and gloom. Let's go to some of the bright spots. Obviously, Isaac Paredes, already talked about, playing great. Yandy, not helping when I said in a kind of the episode number 1, kind of going over. I mean, he's on pace for a 5 WAR season. He's already at 2.6 right now. Even 12 home runs is not usually what he's known for, and he's just been an on-base machine, and so that's going to make it tough. I'm definitely going to keep him on the team for this year, making our push in the playoffs. He's definitely going to make it hard on us for the offseason to see if we can bring him back, because we are on a tight budget. Francisco Mejia giving us solid offense off the bat. Again, no defense solid offense off the bench, but no defense off the bench. So he's another kind of question mark moving forward. Probably going to keep him for now. Wander heating up a little bit more. He's on track for a 4 WAR season. Again, battled a little bit of injuries there. I think, he missed close to a month or over a month. And, but yeah, so, I mean, Wander's doing Wander things, and hopefully he'll even go heat up even more. G-Man definitely heated up as well. He was struggling, but he's brought it up, so he's kind of solidifying his place. I don't know. I mean, first base wouldn't hurt to definitely bring some, just like real life, just to bring some little bit of a power to the lineup. I mean, obviously G-Man's got that, but I mean, I guess he's on track for only 10 home runs this year, so not really this year he's got that, but so we'll see. What else we got here? Manny kind of talked about, and then Brendan Lau, staying very, very average. Again, battled the injury in the very beginning of the year, so not as many at bats and things, but yeah. So he's at least on the uptick. Well, let's look at the splits real quick. Let's just see. Ooh, I guess July July is this month, so he's not that many, but not off to a great start. July, and then June. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. So main 2 needs, I would say, is possibly some outfield help, some outfield offense, just in general, honestly, offense, but where kind of defensively that person would slot in is probably, corner outfielder, and then possibly also like a first base DH type, as long as, they really have the great offense, like I said. So, and then pitching, just to show you, I mean, we're doing great. Just kind of sorted by ERA plus here. Pete Fairbanks just got called up, got activated from the injured list, and looks like he pitched pretty great. He pitched 1 2/4 innings and only had 1 hit against him, no earned run. So I'm not complaining about that. Hopefully he keeps that up. But yeah, I mean, JT Chargois has just been killing it, kind of in the closer role for me. Look at that. I mean, I guess he's only had 17 innings pitched, but 711 ERA plus is kind of nuts. He's only had 1 earned run over those 17 innings pitched. So, yeah, not complaining. Keep that going. But yeah, I mean, the only people, we only have 3 pitchers below league average, and that's not even that much. Whistler is the one question mark. He's out of option years, so I can't send him down to AAA. I can't option him. And then also it is his contract year as well. I kind of looked at, extending it. He wants $5 million. Is that really worth it for a reliever, especially when they're the Rays? And we got plenty of, other relievers that can come in. So might see if there's any value for him. I wish he was, pitching a little bit better to get a little bit more value. But hey, we might be able to get a prospect out of it, and I think we'll be happy. So probably going to shop him around a little bit later, either this episode or next, depending. We'll see. And then Yanni Torinos is, super high FIP. I feel like he started off really well, but he kind of went down. But honestly, holding down the 5th starter role, I'm okay with it for now because we do have Boz hopefully coming back soon. Actually, let's just take a look at that real quick. Yeah, well, actually, we even have Patino coming back soon, even quicker. Patino and McKay in 1 to 2 weeks, both coming back, and then Boz a little bit after that, 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah. So that's kind of the state of the team right now. So you can look and see how we're doing. And then the next thing I wanted to show you guys is I was looking around some trades already. I know it's early in July, but just to kind of see what's out there. And as far as offensively, the 2 kind of outfielders that caught my eye were look at Cincinnati, still just fire sale. And I was looking at Tommy Pham and Tyler Naquin, who both, looking at both of their numbers, both been solid. I mean, above average and not even bad defense either. Specifically for Naquin right now. Average, okay defense, and lefty bat, which is nice because, I mean, the Rays already have a pretty solid, kind of spread of righties, lefties, and obviously a couple switch hitters. But I feel like a lot of the lefty bats are some of the weaker ones that kind of get moved quickly, that can be moved quickly. So being able to kind of balance it out, bring in another lefty could definitely help. But yeah, so I mean, solid defensive ratings. He's been playing pretty solid as far as offensively. And then also the other Reds corner outfielder, Tommy Pham, former Ray. Not as great defensively, but pretty similar offensive numbers, a little bit below Naquin. And yeah, so I was interested in both of those guys. I didn't pull the trigger or anything, but I was looking at a trade, and we'll go here. I was looking at a trade with Clevenger. He just got put on the trading block. They would be willing to get both of the outfielders up for pretty cheap. And another thing too, let me prove to you. League setting, AI settings. This is where I have the trading. I'm probably not going to do any harder than this. I don't know. I just don't mind allowing some trades to go through. But so that's where we're at. Go back to the player trade here. And we have, so they have, I was working on a trade for one, but I was like, well, how about, they're both on contract years, a righty and a lefty here. Would it hurt to get both on the team, if possible? And so I was able to, they were willing to do it and take on, the other thing too is working with, scatterbrained. At the beginning of the year, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, I messed up a little bit. And I forgot to take off, I let the GM, I let the computer set our budgets and everything. So not working with a whole lot of money, as you can see. So I was able to get them to, the Reds would just pay out the rest of their contract for this year. And these are the 2 nobody, don't mean that with any offense, but kind of 2 prospect pitchers that aren't looking like too much for me. Obviously, almost for Juan Rivera here, almost no movement, no control, solid pitches, I guess, and stuff is not even that high potential. So I'm okay letting him go. Obviously, it's starting pitcher prospect, which gives him a little value, being a starter than a reliever. And then I also have Sean Mullen here, who's 22 in rookie ball. again, low attributes. Pitching okay. So I'm okay with getting rid of these two guys, so I can keep all of my other ones. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. This could be a possibility. I don't really feel like pulling the trigger right now on it because you never know who's going to be put on the block a little bit later. But also, we're risking this trade going away if somebody else trades, or sometimes the Reds, the computer will feel a little bit differently about a deal later on. So. So sorry, I talked you guys' ear off. Obviously, that's the point of this. I don't know what else I'm gonna do unless we're just gonna both stare at the screen here in silence. But still, kind of went through everything that I wanted to go through, kind of the state of the team. Let's just look ahead real quick. Yeah, we lost the series to Boston, which is not great. Going up against Cincinnati next, so we can get a little sneak peek as to what Pham and Naquin do to us against us. So I think I'm gonna go forward a little bit here, probably get to the All-Star game. I'll update you, see if any of our players made it and who made it. And okay, so I think I got a little tunnel visioned, and I was pretty excited for the trading deadline that I completely forgot about the draft, which is kind of a big important time of the year and a fun time of the year for pretty much every baseball team. So so I think we're going to kind of end this or get close to the end of the episode by just going through like the first few picks that I'll make for this year. For me personally, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. Like when you have obviously we have the second to last pick in the first round because of the Rays had a good year last year. So when I have a team like this, the draft isn't quite as fun. I mean, yeah, it's fun to try to find like a diamond in the rough type thing. But there's something about getting a blue chip prospect in the very beginning too, which is fun. So, but anyway, so we have the 29th pick in the first round, then nothing in the supplemental first round. But look at this, we have 3 second round picks, all pretty close to each other, including the 29th and 30th here back to back. So probably just get through, first 5 picks or so, and we'll see. And I'm obviously I'll do the rest out. And if anything is cool that happens, then I will let you know. But like real quick, let's look. They have us picking up Cade Hunter here. Catcher, catcher ability is not amazing. I guess could maybe fake it at a corner outfield spot, maybe first base. But like also the hitting stats or the hitting ratings aren't amazing to want, so maybe. But anyways, let's go through the first couple of picks here just to kind of see where the first guys land. Baltimore takes Drew Jones. The Diamondbacks take Cam Collier. Termar Johnson goes to the Rangers, which is, I feel like I don't know if it's the same for your guys' same, but I feel like he's always ends up on the Diamondbacks, so a little something different here. Brooks Lee goes to the Pirates. He looks pretty good. And then do one more. See what the Nationals take. They take Elijah Green. So still a few pretty good players out there. Let's auto draft until we get to our pick in the first round and see who's left to us. So, all right, just kind of sorting it by potential here. Still some good players on the board. Let's see who the scout, he wants us to take. Yoel Tejeda, who has crazy home run power. First base, third base type guy. Maybe, I guess maybe could do left field if you really need it, but that's pretty bad. Let's see what the OSA is even a little higher on him. A switch hitter too, which is cool. I always like that. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, Fabian. Sean McLean. Love to get somebody who's got Kumar Rocker. He's going to be almost ready to go he's almost major league ready right away. I wouldn't say we necessarily need that right now. Maybe, but Nicholas Perez, he's usually got pretty good range, I believe. Yeah, he's pretty good. any of these catchers here, I mean, Luke Heyman, I mean, see, I like to take a catcher prospect when I can, that when they have decent hitting and defensive ability, just because you don't come across them, obviously all that often. Even Brady Neal here, it's okay. Obviously it's not the 70 range that everybody's looking for, but still, I mean, I'd be comfortable throwing somebody out there, even just as a backup. I mean, obviously not right away because these guys got to develop some, but like Luke Heyman, I might be interested in. 60 home run power, 55 catcher ability. Like I said, not amazing, but the arm hopefully kind of makes up a little bit on stealing and chances that the other team makes. Let's just look at starters. Walter Ford. Oh, kind of a two-way player here. Yeah, you could play a little first, third corners. 70 power. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever seen this guy before. Yeah, I mean, if he really hits his ceiling as far as starting pitching, or as far as his pitching ratings, like I could see him, but probably more of a just offensive player. You got Kumar Rocker. All right, let's go to look at outfielders here. Kind of like this guy here. Could play at every offensive or every outfield spot. Probably backup center fielder, but could play the corners really well. A lot of green here. Could develop into a really good hitter. Good speed and stealing. I kind of like that. He's a lefty. What about Fabian here? Oh, I think I already looked at him earlier. A little bit better contact. The defensive rating's not quite as good, at least that arm. All right, let's look at infielders. I could see, I do like that. UL to hit. Do I want to use a first round pick though? For just kind of like a corner infielder guy, but most likely just a first baseman. 6'7" too. Goodness gracious. I can sometimes these type of guys, they slip. So maybe I'll try to use one of my 3 second round picks on him if he slips that far. Sean McClain, pretty solid. I guess he could play really good. Looks like a utility guy. Not amazing defense, but still he could play around everywhere. Okay hitting stats. Good work ethic and a leader though, so that's good. And we already looked at Nicholas Perez, who I do like. I've gotten other Sims. And then another first base, third base type guy here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the outfielder. I don't even want to attempt his last name though. Tommy. Go with Tommy. All right. Let's take him. First overall pick. And even his demand is way underneath slot, so cool. All right, let's see who is left once we get to our second round picks here. Okay, so Tejeda off the board. We got McClain still here. Look at some of these other guys. Let's click around. So we do have Austin Overn here, who I like a lot. He's got really good outfield range. Okay bat here, but even if he, obviously great speed and stealing, even if he's average with the bat, he could definitely become a piece in the outfield. down the line. Switch hitter again, love that. But just, man, that offense, he's got no pop, you know. Who else do we got here? Lamp, Neville, Dickerson. Yeah, I like Overeem, but I'm probably gonna wait for now, and hopefully he maybe falls a little bit more. Let's see catcher ability. Let's just do. Let's see if there's anybody. Wheeless. Pretty good. But see, I might be able to snag him later. These catchers and me. I know you shouldn't always, before, you know, anyways, I know you shouldn't always just go by, you know, just the overall and potential ratings that they got here. I know, but sometimes I'm not trying to take crazy long. Let's see, Fabian. All right, I might go McLean here. Get an infielder. Nice utility guy. He's got leader, you know, high leader, high work. Wow. High leader, high work ethic. Okay, bat. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with McLean here. Under slot as well, which is nice. And then we only need to go a few more picks. What is it? We got to get through 4 more picks, then we get to pick twice in a row. Let me look at, let's see what kind of. Oh, I have like this guy too. I got him in a different save, and he looks really good as a possible even 2-way player, which would be fun. Yeah, I might have to, hopefully he stays on the board. Okay, so the Giants take Corbin Dickerson. The Orioles take Ike Irish. Okay, with that Dickerson, we were kind of somewhat considering. Gabriel Hughes goes to the Twins. Athletics take Landon Sims. Okay. So Fabian's still there. Okay, so I think we're definitely going to take Mule so we can get... I know you should take best player available. I like to try to kind of spread it out, though, so that way my farm system doesn't get, you know, cluttered all in the same position. But Nazir Mule, he's just a cool prospect. I mean, obviously the movement control a little bit low. If everything can reach his max, I mean, he's got 2 great pitches here. Could be even just like a, I mean, honestly, probably looks a little bit more like a long relief stopper guy. But if his offense too, possible 65 power, 50 contact, could play multiple positions too. Like, this is cool. So I'm gonna go with Mule here. We're gonna take that, and then we get to pick directly again. If scouting director really wants to take this, Rule Fabian. He's got low work ethic, but he does have potential to be really good offensively. All right, let's look around a little bit more. I wouldn't be opposed, because none of these catchers, they were just the 2. I just also have a feeling that this Auvergne guy is going to be gone. Oh my goodness, this is tough. When's our next pick? Not until. Okay, I'm gonna go with Fabian. I will go with our scouting director here. Draft player, and hopefully looking to get Auvergne. If he stays on the board, he is there. So I think we're gonna go ahead and take him. What was that catcher too? That was it Luke Davis? No. Let me just do this real quick. Catcher ability was at least, I think he was around 60. Wheelless. Tristan Wheelless. But see, I mean, like, it's not, I guess the 60 ability, like, it's not crazy. I don't need to do anything. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Auvergne here. Sorry, my phone's going off. Yeah, go Vern. Good leader, adaptability. Cool. I like it. All right, do a couple more picks. And then I will do the rest off camera. Again, if anybody cool falls to us or so I want to highlight, I will let you know. It's pretty good, 50, 60. A lot of good outfielding prospects in this class. Some of these catchers are, good offense, but like 35. Like I can't justify the 35 ability. Poteet 50 and McCormick 40. Yeah, man. Let me just see if they can play in it. I mean, maybe some first base corner outfit, but like, I don't know. Let's see here. Let me look at infield range again and get a nice. I got the Jose Izara. So I like him. I think we'll go Izara here. Good defense. Okay, bat. If it all comes together. Perfect. All right, so now I got a lot of good defense. Now I think we might just focus on just kind of getting the best offensive players that we can. Yeah, if we're going that route, also maybe a starter or two. And we'll do one more pick. Oops. Whoa. What am I doing? Let's just go batting potential. Let's just see here who's left. Contact potential. See, like nothing amazing. Obviously some 55 grade, which is good. Oh, I kind of like this guy, but that defense. How about power? Whoa. Geez, 70. Look at this guy. Again, the defense is not amazing. I mean, really could only play, first every day. 55 is not great for, 55 arm is not great for third base. But like, what about this pitcher here? Convert him over to offense. He could, well, no, I mean, 25 turn double play. Dominic Hellman here. High grade, I kind of like this guy. I mean, I know the other ones he just fits a little bit better defensive. Like he could actually play third base. Could have him play first base easily. Maybe corner outfield, let's see. No, but first and third base, possible 65. But I forgot about the work ethic already. Then maybe it's this guy. Maybe, I mean, he got low work ethic as well. But I mean, 70 home run power possibly. 70 gap power, which I know it doesn't mean a ton, especially when he doesn't have a whole lot of speed here. I think he's just fun though. So Christopher, should I try that last name? Nah, I'm not going to. All right, but welcome Chris to the team. All right, I think I'm going to pause it there and just kind of come back later if I have anything cool to show. And but if not, this will resume, send a little bit farther into the future. Probably not going to go through the trade deadline just yet. But anyways, I'll talk about that in just a little bit. So see you guys in a second. Okay, so draft is over. I sent out the offers, with signing bonus offers to all of our draftees already. Started simming head actually literally just one day and Shane McClanahan here has a biceps tendonitis, so he's going to be out for 2 weeks. I just figured I'd share that with you guys while we're kind of giving you updated here. So let's see, who do we want to give the call up to? Is anybody we sent down recently? Could bring back Jalen Beeks, I guess, would probably be the... Because Poche was... No, I guess he was not... He's pitching okay. Let's see here. I think we're gonna go Jalen Beeks here just because they have a little bit of a better stamina. Oh yeah, because we might, man, we really need Patino, I believe, is going to be back soon. So I guess we're going to throw Beeks into the rotation for just, hopefully, it should only be maybe one start. Okay. All right. Simming ahead a little bit more here. So anyway, so probably going to end the episode here soon, before the trade deadline. We have, oh yeah, see, look, we got everybody and their mom is coming off of the injured list right now. Send Mazza down. We don't need him. So McKay is a weird kind of situation here because I believe he is, yeah, he's out of option here. So hopefully he pitches well. We're gonna send. Did Beeks have a start? July 740. Yeah, he did. And he got hit with the loss. He pitched 4 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 hits. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna send Beeks back down. Thank you for helping us out. Eat 4 innings for us. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna end the episode here. We have a couple weeks left until the trade deadline. So this way, I'm not going to play. I'm probably play a little bit soon, a little bit farther on, but I'm probably going to hold off a little bit and going through the trade deadline, so that way I have enough time for this video to come out. You guys can hopefully give me a little bit of feedback. I would love to hear who you think we should go for, who we think we should think about dealing. I mean, we're playing pretty well, so I think we could just maybe use one bat. Really, that could help. How are we going to do that? I'm not so sure. Who are we going to do that? I mean, or who we're going to bring on. Let's look at batters here. So, I mean, these are some of the names. Like I said, I could check on that Cincinnati trade for Naquin and Pham again. I mean, we got Mitch Haniger here. How's he doing? Okay, pretty average, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of guys. Josh Bell here could. Wow, I mean, he's playing really well. Jeez, 4 WAR already. Anyways, won't get ahead of myself. Like I said, these are some of the names that are out there on the trading block. I think I'm definitely going to shop Kiermaier around. Shop a couple of these other players, possibly Matt Whistler. He one of our relievers. He's on a contract here and isn't pitching amazing. So a couple of guys like that, nothing huge, but possibly we could shift it into something pretty big for us. So let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm gonna probably give it a little bit of time, let you guys give feedback, but also gonna play through it. And then the next episode, we'll kind of go over the trade deadline and see what happened, if the team looks any different, because there's a chance that we might just have to kind of roll with who we have. Maybe we'll just kind of do something, maybe make a big call up or something and see if somebody else can help out the team that way. Last thing to end off the episode, let's just take a look at the All-Star Game rosters. Let's see who of the Rays made it. Quick scan. Wander, it's his first All-Star appearance, putting up 280 average. Honestly, a little lower than we would like to see from him right now. I mean, it's a lot to ask from a 21-year-old rookie, and in his first full season, who also dealt with a little bit of injuries too. Can't forget about that. So, but hey, All-Star Game, cannot complain. And I think that's it as far as representatives. That stinks. And then I guess we'll just take a quick look at the prospects. Who's representing? We got Jacob Lopez here, who is not pitching amazing, but definitely could be somebody who could be maybe like a September call-up to help bolster our rotation, or maybe give him some bullpen spots to get him a little bit of experience there, because he's looking pretty major league ready, even though he's struggling a little bit now, but we'll see. Maybe he just needs a change of scenery here. And then anybody else? Curtis Mead, who is also, I mean, he's playing okay. The average is a little low, but I mean, I'm hoping that he's also getting some, I have him getting some left field. I thought it was. Yeah, he should be getting some left field reps right now. But yeah, I mean, he could hopefully make an impact on the team next year. Really looking forward to that. And then also Josh Lowe, who struggled with being up with the club. I might have to give him another shot. Well, actually, going back to it, this could be one of the things. But should we just give Josh Lowe another shot to bring up to the team, the major league team, and hopefully turn her around, do better than he was doing earlier in the year. But he's playing pretty well for Durham right now. So, but yeah. So, anyways, kind of been everywhere this episode. Thank you guys for watching episodes. So this is episode 3. So episode 4 will be out real soon, and we'll take a look at any trades or anything that happened over the trade deadline, and make a push towards the playoffs here. So thank you guys all for watching and all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.